In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the first activity module for week number 3, which is the keyboard, which you will find under the Exploring Theory course. Once you've opened Practica Musica, you will then click the Exploring Theory course, then click Chapter 1 Notation of Pitch, and then click the module, the keyboard, and then click Open. In this module, you will be playing the white keys on the piano, and what you will be doing is trying to listen for and identify the difference between a whole step and a half step. So in this case, I'm going to start with middle C, which you've already learned from doing your activity modules, reading the treble clef and reading the bass clef. And then I'm going to play D, its neighbor, and I'm going to see that this is a whole step. A whole step is when I skip a neighbor note. In this case, I'm skipping the neighbor note, which in between C and D is the short black key. Now, if I were to try D to E, hold on, let's try it again. There we go. If I try D to E, it shows that I've played the distance of a whole step. You can also hear the selected notes together. Turn the volume up. Does that help? And then I'll go to my next example. So I'll clear those notes by tapping the keys. Now let's try E to F. In this case, Practica Musica shows us that this is only a half step apart. And if you'll notice, between E and F, there is no black key. That means that a half step are the two notes next to each other who are direct neighbors. That could be two white keys like E and F, or it could be two white keys like B and C. A half step might also be a white key to a black key that is its neighbor note. Or it could be a black key, let's go down to this black key, to its white key neighbor note. So in this activity module, you will just experiment with whole steps and half steps by playing different keys on the piano. All you need to do to pass this module is to spend some time in it. The amount of time you spend in the module, though, will probably determine how well you do in the second activity, which is comparing the difference between whole steps and half steps by ear. So I recommend that you spend probably at least 5 minutes in this module playing different examples so that you can hear the difference between the whole step and the half step. When you have completed this activity, you can either quit this activity by clicking the tab here, or you can go up to the top of your computer screen and click the keyboard and click quit this activity. When you quit an activity, the information is submitted to your Web Students account, which is then submitted to my instructor account, and that is how I know the total amount of time that you've spent or the total number of points you've accumulated for each activity. Now I'm back to the table of contents so I can choose my next activity.